Yes, people. Hello. Welcome back to another edition of your favorite weekly football podcast. Back in the net. We're Premier League game week 7 now. And I got my guest. He ain't been on for a while. You know what I mean? He ain't been a while. He's been dealing with Man United's results. But here he is. Nick, what are you
I've
saying,
been
man?
hiding. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, but obviously
Mm,
footballing wise, not good at all, man. It's
mm.
been. I was probably in the last video. You're probably full of confidence and happy with the season to come, and it's just like it's mad. You can be 5, 6 games in, and you go from one mood to the total opposite mood, and you've just gone from happy to like literally giving up. And the season pretty much hasn't even started yet, has it? I
Yeah,
mean,
7
but no,
games.
it's been a whirlwind of a start for United, and I'm sure, yeah, we'll go into detail about that. But yeah, obviously not happy with our start.
Yeah,
How
listen,
are you doing, mate?
I'm,
How's things with you?
I'm all right. Yeah, Arsenal fan.
Happy with
Just,
Arsenal?
yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
good,
so
isn't it?
so.
So,
Yeah,
isn't it? Champions League game tonight. See what happens. You guys as well. I think you're playing Gala.
yeah. Did you
Galatasaray.
forget what the theme tune sounded like when you've played against? Was it PSV? Was that what? Da, 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 Champions. You was like, what's this? No, I'm joking. It's good
And
to
I
have
did.
Arsenal back in the Champions League, man. They
Yeah,
deserve to be
I
there.
won't lie as well. Do you know what? I was working that day, but
Okay,
I got to watch a bit of the game, and that beginning part, I love it. You know, when the players are standing and the camera
brilliant.
does the panning, and you just see them doing all. Yeah,
It's like the
I
national
love.
anthem, mate.
I love it. No, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of Arsenal fans. I admit it got me. Like I was really, literally, like, oh my god, it's been so long. And you know what? It's like when you've been there for so long, it hits hard, man, real hard. But we'll get into them anyway. Listen, we're gonna Premier League action this weekend. We had a lot of drama, crazy results, stuff like that. First one we'll start. Let's go with Liverpool, Tottenham, or Tottenham, Liverpool. They were the home team. Tottenham come out 2-1 winners. Obviously, we had the VAR controversy, but we don't really need to get into that. It's been going on for time, whatever. Let's just talk about the 3 points for Tottenham game as a whole, where they're at the moment. Big Ange, your Cypriot compatriot or Greek, whatever he is.
Yeah,
Go on,
Greek man. He's done.
yeah.
He's
Go on, talk
he's a
about them, man. What do you think about them so far, Tottenham?
yeah. They've started. Obviously, they've done us in, and they got a good draw against you boys. And I remember you saying to me that's the first time in years where Tottenham have come to the Emirates and actually, you've been quite impressed with how they've performed in it. So
Defo.
that just shows that what a good start Ange just had. He's always had controversy in his career as well. When he was Australian manager as well, and when he first went to Celtic and Tottenham, people were like, "Well, who's this guy? He's not really well known, and is he does he cut it?" But he's done well. Done really well at Celtic, and he's proved doubters wrong. Yeah, he's Tottenham have started brilliantly. They've just
Hmm.
without Harry Kane, I would have been like new manager, not really known.
Hmm.
Losing Harry Kane, they've got obviously Son, they've got Richarlison, but they've not. They didn't buy. Did they buy a striker? I can't remember if they did or not. I don't think
Hmm.
they did. Or anyone of
I
note.
don't think they did now.
Yeah, and I'm
I
just
think
thinking,
they've
well,
got
then,
Solomon and Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson's like,
yeah, kind of.
winger, strike. Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, so when they got that, I was looking at that, adding up. No Kane, haven't replaced him.
Hmm.
New manager, not really known. Don't know if he's good or not. No, this is not going to be Tottenham season. And obviously, it's still early days.
Hmm.
Obviously, they're sitting in second place
Hmm.
with you boys, joint second, 1 point behind City. So yeah, Ange's done a he's had a great start. He just seems to be an incredible man manager. Like he's
Hmm.
one of the managers where um, players just love him and they just love working under him and they'll just fight for him. Like he would never have an issue where players like give up and don't play for the manager. Like he's not that type of manager. So,
Hmm.
but it's early days. See how it goes. But
Hmm.
yeah, they've not like what 7 games still unbeaten. Yeah, I think they're still
Yeah, I'm being
unbeaten,
as
isn't it?
well, yeah.
Same as you guys. And
Hmm.
yeah, Andrew's done well. He's let's see if it carries on because it is a long old season, still over 30 games left. But
Hmm.
I've been impressed with Tottenham and Ange. And yeah, what do you think?
No, yeah, same. I think, as I said before, hurts as an Arsenal fan saying it, but no, they've done well. I think I was one of the few. I said it as well, like where I thought when Kane had gone, they'd really, really struggle. I weren't sure whether they're going to put Son up top, whether they're going to play him on the left, bring in a striker. I didn't know what they're going to do, but it seems like okay, it reminds me, with Arteta, where you bring these players and when you're a good man manager, you get the best out of what you have. Like Kulusevski, he's playing a bit better now than he was. Basuma's now fit, great signing for them, from years ago. Bentancur's not back yet. So Tottenham are, looking in a good place. I think defensively they could still improve a bit. They do concede a couple of goals. Goalkeeper surprised me. Serie A, I watched him. I was like, he's all right, but he's a bit rash. But he's had a great start, Vicario. Very good keeper, made some good saves against us. So listen, credit where it's due. And James Maddison, like how no one else went in for him, really. I just don't understand.
How much was it? Was it 40 odd?
About that. And I just think, man,
what a signing. Cheap.
You know what?
In this
though,
day
it
and
makes
age,
me think. Though, imagine like if they kept Kane and had Maddison behind that. Like I was talking to someone the other day, that would have been incredible. But listen, sometimes that's the case. You've got to get rid of that main guy for the rest of the players to, really bond together and turn it into a proper team. And I think Andrew was the perfect manager for this time, or for this time for the squad. Because imagine they had someone like a Conte now hammering all these young players again. Oh, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. Andrew's coming. You can imagine he's a bit strict, but he really cares about the players. And you can see that on the pitch with him. So listen, credit where it's due. Still early. Like even with me, with Michael of Arsenal, I'm not jumping the gun. But no, they've had a good start. And I did say if they beat Liverpool, you start to think, oh, wow, they could really do something. They're not in Europe as well.
Do you think top four? I know it's early days, but do you think they could?
Yeah, I think for them, I think they can get top four. Top four. With no Europe, I think, and with a couple of signings in January, I think they can do it. Andrew will do well with them, for sure.
They've got no Europe, have they? They've got no Europe?
No Europe at all.
See, that's a big factor as well. With them starting as well as they have and not having Europe, they can really focus on the league and that's big.
Yeah, big for them. They've done all right, and let's go into Liverpool. Obviously, lost the game. Also, will be disappointed to finish with 9 men. For me, anyway, I feel like they don't need to panic. Sometimes football, these results happen. You know what I mean? Just brush yourself down, you go again. And I think Klopp did himself well after the game. He didn't come out berating the referees, whatever. He just kept it calm, said a little bit, and that was it. And I think sometimes as a team, you need your manager. Your manager or your team epitomize what you do as a manager. So the way he's just calmed them down. Listen, whoever they're playing next and weeks after, they're going to batter a couple of teams now. I think that will, put a fire in them. But yeah, they'll be fine. Good start for them as well. And yeah, listen, two good teams, good game. And yeah, I think they'll both be battling for top 4. I don't think either really have too much to worry about, really. What's your thoughts?
I think a good thing about Liverpool as well, which is shown in that game against Tottenham, is they went down. Well, they were down to 10 men most of the game, and then down to 9 men. But even when they go down to 10 and 9 men, they still play the same way. They don't change. And that's that just shows how well the manager, how Klopp's done, and how everyone in the club knows their role. They know the plan, and even when they hit adversity and lose a man or two, or maybe get an injury, whatever it may be. When a new player comes in younger and they're still going to play that same way that Klopp wants them to play. And I think that is, I hate to put praise on Liverpool and Klopp because obviously they're probably my most hated team, but followed by Arsenal just after that. But no, it just shows and that's what's lacking at United massively, which obviously I'll go into a little bit later. But I think, them to go down to 10 and 9 men and still play decently and play the way they always play is impressive in my book.
No, it's true. And as it's a credit where it's due, we'll probably get into that further down the line. But yeah, top 4 for them. They'll be battling there anyway. And it's going to be a good race, man. Good race. But yeah, altogether, that was a good one. We'll go into the next one. We might as well do it now. Actually, you know what? Before we go into Man United, let's just talk Arsenal. Because Man United one, we might take a bit longer. But we'll go Arsenal. 4-0 winners against Bournemouth. I expected to beat Bournemouth. And that's no disrespect. I think I'm trying to get away from that whole, when you've got good players going, oh, we might lose there. I'm not doing that no more. Now I want to hear, I'm going to be saying as well, beating Bournemouth, beating all these teams, because we have a good squad now. There's no excuse. I'm not going to be doing the whole, oh man, we drew. No excuses. Like, we've signed a player for 105 mil now, bro. Like, standards go up.
It's serious.
It's serious business, If we went to Bournemouth and lost or drew that game, I'd be steaming. I'd be like, you don't deserve the title or deserve to be close to winning it. But yeah, we did well against them. Bournemouth had a couple of chances, but all in all, yeah, we kind of a comfortable game. We saw a goal from Havertz, got the pen, got him a goal. Yeah, cool. Gave him a pen.
Was that like a pity thing from Saka to say, "Oh, look, you've won it. You've not started well. Take this pen," or was it? Did he just have it pick up and say, "This is mine"?
I know people mock him, yeah, but you got to imagine you are Havertz. You probably look at social media naturally, as these players are not old. And he probably sees that people are hammering in and probably have seen him in training, he's doing well. but on the pitch, it's just not coming off. And from what I read, I think Saka was about to take it, and Odegaard went to him and said, "Bro, let Havertz take it." And I'm glad he scored, because imagine offering it to him. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, imagine you offered it to him and he missed. Like, your confidence then is done. You know what I mean? But it's nice because he scored. The fans they had a chant for him, and we need to remember these players are humans at the end of the day, innit? Like, and the emotions do get to them as well. So I can imagine he's probably gone home after that game going, you know what, cool. It's just a pen, but I feel good. I've scored, and who knows what he could do for him? He might not do anything, but were
Arsenal fans starting to get on his back, or were they being patient with him?
I think majority have been patient, but I think the issue is he's come from Chelsea. You don't get much time because you come from Chelsea. If we had signed him from Bundesliga, it would have been a case of we might have said, you know what, we give him the season. But because we've got history with Chelsea, Peter Cech, David Luiz, Willian, Jorginho, obviously as well. Cole. So you know what I mean? It's a bit like Ashley Cole as well. So yeah, it's one of them ones. But yeah, comfortable win. Rice played well. My guy Saliba. Listen, I don't even talk about him no more. You know what I mean? Like,
talk to me about Rice. How good has he been for you guys? Because he's telling me that he's really transformed you guys, and he's as good as what is the money you spent on him.
Unbelievable player. I think. Do you know what it is with him? I think 105 million people expect flashy. Remember back in the day, if Man United went and signed a player for 100 mil, whatever, it would be like a superstar, like skills and goals, but he brings like probably exactly, but Rice brings what we have needed. Like, we've needed that midfielder when we go into big games. Like when we played United, for example, I don't know if you saw it, like opening couple of minutes, bang, clamped into a tackle. Like, we haven't had that for a while, and we've been too easy to get through. So I think once we have him, Partey, and Odegaard back, that will be our best three. Or not Odegaard back, Partey back. Sorry, that will be our best three. And yeah, he's a protection for the defense. Imagine being Gabriel and Saliba, and you're pushing your lineup, and you're knowing the ball's coming, but you're like, cool, you got to get past Declan first.
That little triangle there, like defensive triangle, is as good as it's going to get, really, isn't it?
Everyone needs one.
Solid.
Look at United. You're a United fan, right? Look at your best defenders, your best times when you had Vidic, Rio, and in front would have been what? Even when it's Carrick. Bro, listen, I'll save a show for him another day because I think he's like phenomenal. I love Michael Carrick.
Carrick was quality.
But yeah, every team, you need that to win titles. You always need that. City, Rodri, Rodri in the DM, Diaz, and Gvardiol now, would it be? Or that triangle. Every team needs one. Liverpool had it. Van Dijk. Who would have been next to him? Van Dijk. Was it Gomez? Next to him,
Matip or Gomez.
Matip, and in the front you had Fabinho. Like, you just have to have it, and he's been an amazing sign. And he never has a poor game. Even his poor games are a 7 out of 10. And if you've got players like that, you win most games. Like we've seen it over the years. You've seen it over the years as well. Like, it just is what it is. And honestly, I was gassed. Before we signed him, I kept saying, "Get him. It's gonna happen. We have to get him. We have to get him." And I'm happy with him. So far, so good. But people in the social media want goals and all this. I don't really want goals from him. I just want him to contribute to helping us win.
Run the game. I'll be honest with you as well. I remember towards the end of last season, obviously, when you finished second, and you was like, "This is Arsenal now. This is a guaranteed top 4 team." And I was thinking, I don't agree with you. I really thought like this was a 1 season thing, and you're going to drop out the top 4. But looking at your team and the players you've brought in, and you do have a really good team now, really solid, and you are, touching wood for you, obviously. I mean, I don't care, but that top 4 you are that easy top 4 team pretty much every season going forward now, and it just shows how well Arteta's done. But I didn't believe you. I thought, nah, this guy's gassed. I think they're going to drop out of the top 4 again, because there's so many good teams that can go into the top 4. You can easily drop out, but I think Arsenal and City are probably, I know Liverpool doing great as well, but I'm saying Arsenal, City, those 2 teams now where you can probably nail in the top 4 in whatever order for the foreseeable.
Yeah,
I didn't believe you.
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, I think you look at it, all you ever asked for in your team is improvement year on year. You had it under Ferguson. Even if you didn't feel United needed more, he would add 2 or 3, and you'd be like, why are you adding that? But you saw in the long run what it meant, when he signed the Evra and all of this and that. Vidic, Hargreaves as well. You were like, huh?
Both in January. Vidic and Evra. What a January that was, huh?
Fantastic Jan for you lot. And I think, you need that. And that's what you guys have lost. And I feel as an Arsenal fan now, we're in a position where, you know, we're linked with players. Like, how many times you go on social media now? It's like Arsenal linked with Tony, Arsenal linked with Neto. Like, we're in a position now where we're linked with these type of men. Back in the day, I was saying to someone,
I'm scared if you guys get Neto as well, because didn't he almost go City in the summer? Didn't they offer?
I think they were linked. I can't remember if they put an offer. You might be right, but I know they were definitely linked with him. Definitely.
Yeah. And I was just like, he seems like a really good player, and
good player.
I mean, you seem like you've got an abundance of attacking talent, but yeah, if you get Neto as well, that's
fantastic.
That could be you pushing for the title again.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what you got to see. Depending where you are in January, add. And if not, no disrespect to Wolves, by the way, but if you really want to go and win the league and you're like 2 points off the top or your head, go and add a Neto. Go to Wolves about this 40 mil. I don't want to hear it. Give me him. Like, that's it. You know what I mean? We've got. I think as big teams, you kind of got to show that power now of like, rah, we want this player. He wants to come. Let's get it done. So, yeah, we'll see what happens now. But yeah, good performance by us. I'm worried for Bournemouth. I think. Do you know what? They got that new manager. Why they got rid of Gary O'Neill, I'll never understand. I think they want to play stylish football, but sometimes you have to accept that certain teams can't play that football you want, and I'm worried for them. I think they could go down, and I'm not saying as bad as Sheffield United and the Lutons, but yeah,
I think the three that are going up are going down. But it was Luton, Sheffield United. Who was the other one that went up?
Luton, Sheffield United, and how have we forgotten that?
I'll get it up. Luton, Sheffield, Burnley.
Burnley, that's the one. Yeah,
I mean, Burnley played probably the best football at the field. Will easily play the best football at the field. But I can see. I know it's easiest. I can't remember the last time the first three that came up went straight back down. I don't think that's happened for a long time in the Premier League.
Yeah, I think one. Unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, I think one's normally survived.
Yeah, so but I think this could be the one where I know Everton have started poorly and Wolves as well, but I think really it's going to be clearly those bottom three, unless Burnley can put some results together, and you know, because they're playing the good football like against us. Obviously, we're 1-0, but Burnley. I've never known a Burnley side to outplay Man United in my life. So to see that just shows how well company's doing. But I was going to ask you, and I had this chat with you. So if Arsenal beat City, what are you saying? What are you saying for the league if Arsenal beat City? When is that? When is that match?
Sunday.
This Sunday. It's a huge game. So if Arsenal beat City, what are you saying for the league? Come on, tell the people what you told me. Come on, man. It's good to be confident, man.
This is for everybody. I'm going to say it loudly as well. I'm going to come closer to Mike. If we beat Manchester City, we will win the league. We will win the league.
Oh, that is a big. You know what? With Arsenal fans and Man United fans and Liverpool, it's those gassed fans that you think I'll stop chatting shit. But you are a humble guy. So when you come out with claims that are big as that, I won't use that against you if you don't make it, if you don't win the league, because you're not the one that's giving me gas all day, all week, and you're like, shut up, mate. I mean, it's too much. But
now, do you know what is, bro? I know we're staying on Arsenal. We'll finish in a minute, but I think
no, it's correct.
I know with Arsenal, there's certain games that normally tell me whether we're really turning the corner or not. I said it last year when we played it. I don't even remember when I talked about Anfield, and I said that will tell me if we're really, really going to win it. And when we drew 2-2, I remember I said to you, I went, it's done. I said we lost it mentally again. And with Arsenal,
it's like 2-0 up, wasn't you in that game?
2-0 up, yeah. And a lot of the time,
two games in a row, innit? You and
exactly, 2-0, exactly. 2 games in a row. They bottled it. They did bottle it. I'm admitting it, but I think it's one of the things with Arsenal. They beat themselves a lot of the time. It's sometimes not the opposition. It's us. Like we played City last season at Emirates. We started well. We're doing all right. Then Tomiyasu, bad miss kick. De Bruyne scored. And before you knew it, that was it. Game was done. So, and I just want to see us play this one different. I don't want to see changing up too much tactically. Play our game. You know, sometimes I love to see teams where it's like, you know, go for it. They ain't got Rodri.
The fans are going to be so up for it as well.
Have to. I think it's one of them. I would rather you really go for them and maybe lose like a 3-2. If we go and lose a 3-2, but we've really put on a show, it's all right. Look at when we lost to them last minute when Rodri scored the year before our league challenge. We all, as fans, were like, do you know what? We lost. But I remember going out thinking, I'm good, you know, like we did well. And that's all you ever ask for. There's a way to go out and lose because you're not going to win every game. As we saw with City, they lost, didn't they, the Invincibles. So, yeah, it happens, man. But, yeah, I do feel like that will make a big difference. Because then, naturally, you go to games at like Anfield, Stamford Bridge, and think, do you know what? Like, cool. For me, Old Trafford's another one. Old Trafford's another one. Because no matter no matter what form no matter what form we're in, we don't beat you. But anyway, let's see, man. I'll be here for ages talking about Arsenal, but listen, want to get into your boys, man. Oh,
God,
Nick.
here we go.
So 1-0, lost to Crystal Palace at home. Talk to me, like, just, you know what? Forgetting just the game, what is going on at United in general? Like, just from your point of view.
Well, in recent years, like for me, it just feels like we always have one good year and one bad year. Like you have one good year under Mourinho, like winning the League Cup, and then the Europa League, Charity Shield, and then actually we did finish second as well the season after that. But it just seems like every other season is a bad season. Like it's a good season, and when vibes are up, and United fans are thinking, okay, well, we finished second or third, or we won the League Cup, and things are looking good. Okay, let's push this summer. And then when the summer comes, it just feels like the board are so incompetent and slow, and they just don't know what they're doing. They're just trying to just put random names together, not really having a plan. That's how it just feels to me. And then that bad summer comes, and then you get a bad result, and it's just, I don't know. It's one good season, one bad season, one good season, one bad season. There's no consistency with United. We're getting battered. And even when we do win, obviously we beat Crystal Palace in the Cup 3-0, but that's just the League Cup. Obviously, I knew that the league game, the game against him was going to be hard. I just knew it. Not that I didn't think we weren't going to win, because even we're at Selhurst Park, you're going to win, but especially at Old Trafford. And you know what? Under Ten Hag, we've made Old Trafford a fortress. We did make it a fortress.
Yeah, you did.
He's done. So you're thinking, okay, at worst we might draw. They might scrape a draw. But I think I've noticed. I was talking to a couple of friends about this. Is when we do go 1-0 down, that fight just doesn't seem to be there anymore. It's not like, oh yeah, I know against, was it Forest, we came back. I get that. That was a really good comeback. But there's been a lot of games where we've gone behind, and it's just like the fight hasn't been there, the quality hasn't been there, and it's just like I just give up. It's getting to a point. It's really depressing. But like when we're going the 1-0 down and we're losing now, I'm just like, oh, whatever. Like I'm just, it annoys me, but I'm just so used to it now, and it's just like and obviously United. You may disagree, but United being the biggest club in the world, or let's say the biggest club in England at least, like when these situations happen with Anthony, for example, Greenwood, us doing badly, us losing to Palace, Sancho, shit, I forgot about Sancho as well. Like it's magnified times 100 in the media, because obviously United article sell, and I get that. There's a saying that United fans say. We say, hated, adored, never ignored. Like we're hated, but we're loved, but we're never ignored. Like we're always in the papers, and I get that. That's just the part and parcel, and that's what Ferguson done to United. He made us such a formidable team that we've got a lot of haters, but it seems like an absolute frigging mess. Like I don't even know where to start. Like I can say, this it's a mess. Like I could talk about the owners, I could talk about the board, I could talk about the manager not doing good enough. I could talk about the players and Rashford, like Rashford being overrated. As I'm sure you've got your couple of things to say about Rashford in a minute. It's like I could be here for 10 hours talking about it, but ultimately, let's forget about the board and the lack of
forget the board.
What they've done. People can say, "Oh, United have spent a lot of money." Yeah, they spent their own money. I get that. I'm not saying we haven't, but the way it's been spent over the years and the neglect for the ground and the training facilities is there to see. So, but let's just put that to the side. Let's put the board and the owners to the side. Let's just look at the manager and the players. Ten Hag, it's just not good enough. I mean, I'm still behind Ten Hag. I love Ten Hag. I'm not saying Ten Hag out. I'm not going to say that at all, because I know he's a top quality coach. He's got the reputation of it. Players talk highly of him that work with him. So I know that when we're playing bad football, when we're not playing progressive football, it's not because Ten Hag's not training them right. For me, it's got to be the players. But obviously, Ten Hag's got to take some responsibility, because we're having a lull at the moment, and we're struggling to get out of that lull. And that's the players need to take responsibility, obviously, but the manager and the coaching staff need to bring them out of that. So and I worry for Ten Hag, because as much as I love him, if these win one, lose one, win one, lose one, if that carries on, he's getting sacked.
Yeah, fact.
Regardless if I think he's a great manager, a great coach, or trainer, whatever it may be, he will get sacked, because it's Manchester United. And I know we've given managers time in the past, like Ollie, he had 3 seasons, but we tended to get out of these lulls pretty quickly and get a little run together, and it was like, okay, it's fine now. But this is, I mean, look at the start of the season. So we beat Wolves, just lucky to beat Wolves. Lost to Tottenham, beat Forest after going 2-0 down, lost to you. Do you know what? As much as we lost to you 3-1, I was very impressed with our side of that game.
Definitely. I agree with
Could
that.
have been 2-1 with Garnacho at the
Easily.
end. And there was a lot of United fans that come out of the game and said we played well, even though it was 3-1.
Yeah.
And then we got battered at home to Brighton 3-1, lost to Bayern. Yeah, it's Bayern, I can accept that. Just about beat Burnley, lost. You know, when I'm looking at it individually, it's been terrible. Like, even the games we've won, we just about beat Forest. The 1-0 against Wolves was lucky. Burnley away, okay, not easy, fair enough. And then the cup win against Crystal Palace, it's a cup win.
Just on that quickly, so just on that point there, I was listening to another United fan on some podcast which called FCM. Big them up, by the way, sick podcast. And he was saying you could easily have not won any game this season. You literally could. You all literally could, yeah. Because the Wolves won, they could have had the pen last minute. Forest obviously were 2-0 up. A better team would have held on, kind of.
Burnley battered us up until the point where we went 1-0 up.
Exactly. And
Palace we did batter them, but that's the cup. Yeah, you know, he's right. I mean, it could have been L after L after L after L, and there wouldn't have been complaints from me anyway, and the guy that you mentioned as well. Yeah, he's right. I mean, it has been an actual dreadful start. Like every win hasn't been convincing. Every loss has been deserved. It's worrying. It's actually really worrying. And I was thinking, we'll finish third, we'll win a cup. I know Man United and Arsenal fans used to banter each other. You don't want to just be happy with top four. We should be, what this day and age is, Newcastle come into it now. And, you've got so many big teams. Tottenham are doing well. It's like, if you get top four and add a cup in there, that is a really good season, man. I mean, and now it's like, I was thinking at the start of this season when I did my predicted Premier League table, I was like, yeah, I did see Man United potentially finish a fourth because I thought Liverpool would come back into it. But I was like, we're going to get top four. Tottenham are not going to be there. I don't think Chelsea, they're just unpredictable. They spent all this money. They could end up winning the league by 10 points or finishing 17th. Like, you don't know with them. And that's just been proven with their really dodgy start. But I was so confident of United getting a top four. So confident. And now it's with a long time. The thing is, last season we started with 2 bad losses, and after that second loss, if everyone said around, okay, well, by the way, Man United are going to finish third and they're going to win the Carling Cup, people would have been like, oh, shut up. So the thing in a month, things can change. We could have 4 wins on trot. Tottenham could have bad form and Liverpool or Newcastle, and then that's it. We're back in the top 4. So you never say never. And as a United fan, as a United team, you should never give up. But I don't think we're going to get top 4, and I'm going to let you take over from here because I know you've got a few things to say. But Rashford, and I know a lot of United fans agree with me, is lazy, overrated. On his day, very, very, very good, by the way. I'm not saying he hasn't got the capability of being very good, but he's lazy. He's I don't know where to go with him, but you tell me what you think of Rashford. But I've been disappointed with the team as a whole. But for me, Rashford is right at the top, getting 400 grand a week. He's a United boy through and through, and he just seems like he cannot be bothered on that pitch, just strolling around, losing the ball, just walking back. Well, after last season's great season, I mean, obviously he's always been the kind of player not to always defend, but this season it seems like and I know Ten Hag is not telling him you can chill and do nothing. Ten Hag is telling him to work out. I know he is. So what do you reckon it is with Rashford? What's your thoughts on that?
You know what? Before I get into Rashford, just echoing what you're saying about United, the form has been terrible. I think the worry for you guys this season is that last season, your home record saved you. You've already lost 2 home games you've lost? Yeah. 2 home
lost
games.
to Brighton and Palace. Now,
so you've lost 2 home games already. And the teams, your away record generally hasn't been good anyway. You haven't, in terms of the big, I think you've won minimal games in it away in the last,
I'll tell you one thing, away from against the top 6 or top 8, what you want to call it now, has been non-existent. So that,
exactly.
And the rest of the table has been probably average. So yeah, overall terrible away record.
That's what I'm saying. So if you're not beating the top 8, whatever, away from home, you're losing at home against the Brightons and Palace, whatever. As the season goes on, it's like you haven't even played City at home yet. You haven't played Liverpool at home yet. Chelsea, it's you never know, with you guys at home. And that's the worry. And you know what? I don't know if it was Fergie, someone used to say, like, you can't lose more than 5 games and expect to win the league.
What
I
are we
can't
on now?
remember.
Losses. We've lost 4 in it out of 7.
Is it
Let me
four?
double check that. Yeah, we've won 3, lost 4. That is
No,
dreadful.
you see what I'm saying? So it's like, and people might think, oh, he's mocking. I'm just saying the facts. The facts are to win the league. Look at the standard of the league now. You can't lose 5 games and win the Premier League.
What
Or
did
5.
Arsenal lose last season, roughly? Like, just roughly. Was it 5, 6, 7?
It's around that, but towards the end of the season where we kind of petered out. That's when most of the
And we've
defeats
got
and
4 already. Not that
you
we're going to win the league and push for it, but 4 already after
see what
7
I'm
games.
saying? So, and that's the concern. And I think, back in the day, lastly, is when you guys used to have a fear factor. I remember any team going to Old Trafford. You used to hear the stories. Teams used to go, man, when land at Old
Don't
Trafford,
fancy this.
yeah, that's not the day, and we don't want that. That's what people feel like now at the Etihad Stadium. Like they go there, it's like Man City. But now you go to, I think Brighton played you. Look, they put a camera in the goal. I don't know if you saw it, and they
Say that again, sorry?
So I think when you played Brighton, I think they had a camera in the goal, and
They're mocking us, yeah?
they put a tweet out, and we're like, oh, POV camera of us hitting the bottom corner, and literally they're showing the ball going, and I thought these lot are taking a piss.
They're mocking,
Like,
they're
that would
mocking us,
never have
bro.
happened before. So
Brighton as well, you know.
yeah.
Rah, bro.
So it shows you like the standards. But yeah, listen, I think with you guys, I think Ten Hag decided. I think Ten Hag, he hasn't bought the best, I don't think. And I think the issue with you lot don't buy at the right time, because it's like
and we're doing loans as well. I mean,
and all of
I don't know
that.
what the record was, but the amount of loans that Ferguson did in his whole career was like so small.
Minimal.
And like it's become a norm at United over the last
Yeah.
couple of seasons where, there's been some good loans in there. Don't get me wrong. I think Amrabat's going to do well for us. I think Sergio, I can never say his surname, Regulian.
Region.
Yeah. He's actually, even though he's injured, started brilliantly for us. He really was good. But like, this is Man United, man. When we got rid of Ronaldo and other players, we took off I think it was 94 million off our wage bill every year. It's like, it's just like we've got the money. I know they're saying we don't, but we do have the money. We've saved so much money on wages as well. It's like these transfers that we've made is. I think I know Anana's started a bit dodgy, but I'm happy with Anana and Amrabat. I know Amrabat's alone as well. Mount, I think he's going to do well, but I thought he's a bit up and down as well. But it's just like it's just terrible transfer business overall, and it's taking too long. And then we're getting loans in last second. I get there's injuries, and but then we shouldn't be in a position where we have to do desperate 2-3 loans right on the deadline day. It's Man United, man.
You're acting like a small club. You're basically
like a League One. Like obviously, I go to Charlton games a lot. Charlton and clubs like that in League One, they rely on loans and free transfers. Like that is their policy, because they can't be spending loads of money. And why are we acting like a League One club? You know what I mean? It's not how you should do things. And it's reflecting in how we've started this season.
Yeah,
it's a mess. And like I said, and I keep going back to it, but Rashford is really pissing me off, man. Like more than anyone.
Let's get
because
into
I love him. Because I love Rashford.
Let's get into him. From my point of view, I like him as well. I think he's a good player. I think do you know that season when he scored that pen against PSG, the last minute one, and
with the pink kit.
The pink kit, yeah. I was like, oh, like you kind of felt like
he smashed that in
pressure,
as well.
He smashed it in. You thought, okay, cool. And you wanted to see him go on from there. And he had a good season last season, all of that. That used to piss me off every time he used to score and see that every week. And he did well with that. But I think when I look at Rashford, you play him out left. I think I was watching the Palace game in detail, and like he'll get the ball, and it's like he doesn't have no ability. He doesn't know what to do with it. It's like with him, I think he's best when he doesn't have time to think. Through and goal, smash it. But giving the ball on the left, if he can't do that cut into shoot, I don't think he really does much. And the problem that you're facing at the moment is you've bought Højlund, right? 6 foot ever. I don't know if this stat is true. Someone told me in his professional career, I think club career, might be a lie. They said he hasn't scored a header. I don't know if that's true. I really don't know.
Whether that's true or not, he's a young guy. I mean,
he's young still,
I'm not saying. Yeah, but you can't use stats against people that are that young, man. Come on.
But you're not even getting a ball into him. And I feel like someone like Højlund, you need wingers that someone was saying today, take on the player, whip it in. I watched this guy take on someone, kick the ball. It's gone like literally stand
over the stand, bruv.
And I'm like, what are you doing? And like even there's times he looks so disinterested. There's only a few games in the season where he looks good. Arsenal away and at home always lights it up. City, both games.
It's because
City.
That first game when he first came to the team against Arsenal, I think that's. Do
you remember? He scored a double. I never.
You boys, as little boys, bruv.
We had a golden.
Even though you are no longer little boys.
We're not little boys. And the thing is,
you're serious.
Remember, we used to be Banter FC, but I'm being honest now. You guys have taken you in it. You know what I mean? Me and you, we're them unbiased fans. We mock each other's clubs, whatever. But we've accepted that you guys are now the banter club. You're not acting like a big club no more. You're bored of messing around. We said we won't get into that, but even the players need to take some blame, man. Like Rashford's not doing anything. Bruno, I know you love Bruno. I think Bruno's a good player as well. But as a he's your captain, right?
Yeah.
You want at times like you said, 1-0 down. You want that Roy Keane stuff of like, you know what? What to Palace? You're mad. Back in the day when you look, was it Tottenham away under Fergie, 3-0 down. I remember that game. I was young. I can't remember how old I was, and I remember saying,
"What a comeback!
This is Man United. They're not losing 3-0. There's no way." Then you scored 1, then 2, and I was like, "These lot are just." And that was the mentality. And you lot don't have that. You don't have that player that can kind of drag you through that now. Casemiro is a bit like he hasn't brought that full Real Madrid mentality over.
He's still like, you know what? I'm still really impressed with Casemiro, and he's actually attacking returns are really good for us. Like he had a good couple of headed chances against Palace, the one that we lost 1-0 in. And I feel like, I'm actually very happy with Bruno to be our captain. I know what you're saying. Like, you're not wrong, but when you look at that squad, who's probably the first couple that you'd say, okay, worthy of captaincy? Yeah, Bruno, Casemiro.
But
that's it, really. I mean,
someone to pull you, though, you want someone to pull you, like Roy Keane, Juventus away. That's what you.
Yeah, I mean, Roy Keane's another level, but I'm happy with Bruno as captain. To be honest, I'm happy with him. I know what you're saying. You are right, but like I think with what we've got, he's one of the best options as a captain. I think maybe Casemiro, but obviously we're missing that Roy Keane. Grab everything in by the scruff of the neck and just go for it. And
you have to do better.
United have olded. I don't want to say it, but United have olded pretty much dead or dying. I want to say dying because I want us to come back, but
No, you have to do better. Like, no disrespect with Varane, for example. Can't depend on him fitness-wise. Like, good player.
When he plays, he's really good for us.
He's really good, but
he's in and out too much.
Martinez obviously now injured again, out for 2-3 months. Lindelof having to come. It's just there's just so much mess at Man United. You know what I mean? And obviously the whole thing of the goalkeeper, like Onana, just come in. He doesn't have a settled defense in front of him. So honestly, it could be a bad season for you lot. Like if you lot get to December, Jan, and you're not top 4, like you're 5th, 6th, boy, like, and you're still in Europe as well. You're in Champions
League. We could
have
a Chelsea season.
Genuinely, honestly,
of last season.
You really, really could. Like, I don't know. I just look at little things with United now, and I just even like when Ten Hag was going to his former clubs to buy players, and for me, that's always a concern. I always think, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many other players, and why are you going back to that club you used to manage?
A couple of our United fans have said that as well. Like, even though a couple of them have been good, like it's a constant thing. It's like it's always going to kind of previous players, and it's not always going to work. But I think like going forward as well, Galatasaray and Brentford at home, and I know Ten Hag's not going to do this because when it comes to his 11, you've got barring the goalkeeper, you've got 2 nailed positions. You've got Bruno and Rashford, but I really think that Rashford should get dropped. Garnacho plays through the left because he's better there. Pellistri on the right. Hoyland up front. Yeah, that's young, but it's still exciting. It's good. Bruno behind. And I really think that, from what I was told, tomorrow, I believe the Turkish goalkeeper's going to be, I've forgotten his name. I don't think Onana's starting tomorrow. Tomorrow? Was it tonight?
Tonight.
Oh, it's tonight. It's tonight.
Yeah,
it's tonight. Yeah, I think the Turkish goalkeeper is going to be starting. But I think I would go for tonight. I would drop Rashford. I genuinely think he deserves to be dropped. A lot of them deserve to be dropped, but you can't drop everyone. Rashford is the one that deserves to be dropped the most. Get Garnacho on the left, Pellistri on the right, Hoyland up top, and I'd go for those 3. And because he deserves to be on the bench, he's not been good enough for us. He's lazy. He's been lazy. He's now not scoring goals or even he's assisting 1 or 2, but and. I don't know what it is with Rashford because he's like he knows United, he knows the club, he knows the history, he knows Ferguson. To fight for the badge, to work hard.
Yeah.
Why is man's just walking around the pitch, bruv, doing nothing, like just sulking, man? Like,
it's
really frustrating and upsetting,
But I feel like just to wrap up on United, I think as well, like so you've got Galatasaray at home today, and then Brentford at
home, Sheffield United away. And then Copenhagen, and then City at home. So we need to win our next week. Galatasaray, Brentford, and Sheffield United.
I'm not even these next 2. Yeah. Imagine you may win, but imagine you don't win today. That
there's 2 losses out of 2 in the Champions League. Yeah.
and then you go to Brentford, and it is. I think at that time, Brentford is an absolute must-win. You know, like where not even like a 1-0. You've got to
Sheffield
go
United, Brentford and Sheffield United, the two next league games. Away to Sheffield United won't be easy. I know they got battered 8-0, but it won't be easy. United, people pick up the game against us. We're doing shit. Sheffield United fans are going to be up for it. Those two games, Brentford and Sheffield United, could spell the end for Ten Hag. Just say we don't beat Galatasaray and then we lose to Brentford, lose and draw to Brentford and Sheffield United. I'm not going to call him out, but maybe he does. Maybe he would need to go. But
because imagine you don't beat Sheffield. Imagine you don't beat Sheffield and you play City and City batter you like that. I think that would be
by then. City could be the nail in the coffin. Like it's like we get battered by City after doing poorly against Brentford and Sheffield. Look, you're loving this, bro. My guy's loving this. But you know what? He's been waiting years for this. A fair play to him, innit?
And you know, come on, Nick. You know, I've taken L's, bro. I've been.
we know how to take L's now. We're used to that shit, man. Bloody after the
hella L's. But no, listen, like
that could be that game, 29th of October, just before Halloween. That could spell the end of Ten Hag and maybe some of the players as well, because they got to take as much blame as the manager. But yeah, it's
real spooky season for me. But listen, we'll see. But listen, good wrap up on United there. We've got who else played? Luton beat Everton. We won't really get into that. So they beat Everton 2-1 away from home as well, which was a big shock. Big shock. No, I don't think anyone expected that. Us FPL players, we didn't have a good time with that game.
It's that City game, man.
Huh? City, yeah.
It's a big thing that they lost to Wolves as well.
Yeah, but you know what? It's City not that team that you can see them going on a losing run as well. You know what I'm saying? So
Villa.
Yeah, they lost 2-1 City, but Rodri's a big miss for them. Massive miss. And we'll see how the Arsenal game goes. I think Arsenal will have a lot more opportunities with the fact he's not playing, but it's still going to be tough. I think I said the other day they'll miraculously get someone back in training. I clicked on today, John Stones and Bernardo Silva back in training. I was like, there we go. It's just typical. But we'll see what happens with that. And it was a bad game. Listen, with Wolves, you never know. Like when they're at home, you just don't know what's going to happen. Like I can't even remember their full team. Like, I know they got Cunha, Neto. Other than that, I don't look at Wolves like I used to back in the day with Neto, Jimenez.
They're a boring team, innit? I mean, Neto's good, but they just bore me. Like if they were playing, I'd be like, I can't be bothered to watch them. They're just boring.
Them, you know what I mean? Yeah. That game, they City lost 2-1. We also had what other game? West Ham beat Sheffield United 2-0. We had
been pretty consistent, haven't they, West Ham?
Very
good start. Very. After last season's poor start to the league.
Quality signings.
I'm so glad they've stuck with Moyes. He deserved to stay there because obviously he won the Europa Conference League, but the league wasn't great for them last year. But I'm so glad they've stuck with him because Everton benefited from Moyes staying there season in, season out, and obviously it didn't work for United. But I'm actually glad for him. I really want him to do well at West Ham, and I'm glad they've stuck with him because he deserves it, and he deserves every success he gets as well. Got a lot of respect for Moyes.
No, they're a good side.
I was most impressed, and I was peed off about this as well. Like, as bad as I started on FPL. I mean, last year I was the FPL king, top 40,000.
There we go.
Mashing up Matt, mashing up Chad, everyone. You know how it's easy, like work, innit? But this season's been terrible, and it was compounded with this Estupinian own goal against Villa, as well as Watkins banging a hat-trick and having an assist. Cash getting an assist and me having none of these players, right? But no, honestly, this is bad. What's his name again? Villa manager?
Emery. You've led us on to that's what next time I was going to get into. Let's talk about Villa.
How good is he done and Villa have done, and wow. And
they are. You know, he's with Emery. He didn't get the respect he deserved at Arsenal. I wasn't one of them that said get rid of him. I liked what he did because I think in the first season, he got us to the Europa League final, I think, and got us close to top 4. And that was with players like Lichtsteiner and Socrates and Mustafi and Kolasinac and them like their Guendouzi.
Hindsight's a great thing. When you look back now, you're like, actually, he did all right. And at the time, you're thinking, I know you wasn't against it, but there's a lot of fans that were. and they'll probably
Yeah.
think that this guy's not good enough. He's
Mm.
he's Dracula. He's all that. You know what I mean? He was getting gunned, bruv,
You
for
got
the way he
bad.
was speaking English. Not saying just by Arsenal fans, by the media as
Yeah.
well. And I thought that was like, really, really bad, man. Like,
No, it
hold respect
was.
for this guy, man. He's a world class
No,
manager. He
no, he
really is
is.
one of the best
And the
managers.
blend is perfect. The blend he's got at Villa, if you look at the Villa team as a whole, is perfect. You've got Martinez, you've got back four, you've got Pau Torres, Konza, Digne at left back, who Digne is very underrated for me. Very
Man gets assists galore, innit?
galore, man. You
And
know
then
what I
Cash
mean?
as well, banging it. He's doing so well.
Cash, and in the midfield they've got you know what it is with them? They've got energy players. Kamara, McGinn, he does not get enough respect, that guy. He is a good player. Does it for Scotland, does it for Villa regular basis. And I think up top, Watkins, man. And you know what? Special mention to a colleague of mine, Calvin. Yeah. Hope you watch this because you don't really watch my podcast. But I'll give him his credit. He said about a year and a half ago, we're talking about football, and he goes, the one signing I want up top is Ollie Watkins. And I was like, why? He goes, watch Watkins closely, yeah. As a centre back, you never rest when he plays, ever. The guy is always running, and he'll pull you out wide. He'll stay with you, hold the ball up, off the shoulder. He's gone. He's quick. His finishing's getting better. And yeah, Villa looked very good. I don't know if you saw a clip of Fergie. Did you watch it when they asked him and said, I think they'd just been battered to Newcastle, and they go, what team do you expect to do well this season? A surprise team. I can't remember what the words were. And he said Aston Villa, and people were a bit like, they just got battered though. And he was just talking about
Who's this?
Alex, yes,
Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
Oh wow! No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I need to check that out. Bloody
See if
hell.
you can check the clip. It was after, I think, they lost to Newcastle, and he spoke about it. And I was like, but they just
Ferguson knows, bro.
He knows. And that's the thing. If you look at it, it's not about world-class names now. All you need to do is have a good manager, has a system, and the players that play to that system.
They buy into that system,
And Villa do it. Villa at Villa Park are different. Like, they're a hard team to beat.
Look at their 11. They've got a really, like, even if you look at them individually, they've got a really good squad, as well as being obviously great as a team, as you say. They've got some great individuals across that team.
Who's their midfield three? Is it Ramsey, McGinn, and Kamara?
Douglas, Kamara.
Douglas, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got here McGinn kind of playing on the right hand side, but he's saying centre Douglas, Kamara. I don't know how true that is, but yeah.
Even him, Douglas Luiz, we were linked with him January last season. I was like, why are you going after this guy? I think he's some crap player. He's been phenomenal. So that gives me confidence, thinking, like, I tell you what he was doing, going for someone like that. But no, they look good, man. And I can't remember who they have up top with Watkins. Almost like Leon Bay. Oh, Diaby, who,
Diaby,
he has been phenomenal. And I think when he was...
He's a menace, man.
I wanted him, but then I was like, sometimes you never show these players that come from Bundesliga to the Premier League. And I was like, let's see what happens there. But he... honestly, hit the ground running. He's just been a quality player. And listen, in 2-3 years' time, there'll be no doubt all these other big clubs will be going for him. But who knows? Villa.
Who's Zaniolo? Is Zaniolo?
Yes, they signed him from Galatasaray.
Okay.
He had bad injuries at Roma as well, but he's a quality player.
Yeah, him. Okay, yeah. You got mad knowledge, bruv. I can say any player in the world, bruv. You're like, oh yeah, he used to play for Roma and he had bad injury record. You nutter.
But that's what I'm saying. With Villa, the fact they can sign players, this shows you how Man United need to fix up, because these ain't them years where the teams that were below are far off. You know what I'm saying? Like Brighton, we look at their recruitment, look at Villa's recruitment. If you don't get your recruitment right, and this is not just direct to Man United, this is to a lot of clubs, the clubs behind will catch you up. Newcastle haven't spent yet. Tottenham are starting new under Ange. So, mate, listen, next 2-3 seasons, you're going to be seeing Villa top 5 regularly, Brighton pushing there, you know what I mean? And obviously Chelsea they won, I'm not going to talk about, they won 2-0, cool, good game, Fulham, blah, 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 whatever. But yeah, it's a tough league, man. It's a very, very tough league, you know. But listen, before we wrap up, I had one question for you. So obviously United going through what they're going through. I'll say to you now, United now, you get to January, your top 6, 7. You have to go into the transfer window. What would you do January and in the summer? Like, who would you buy? Who would you sell? Don't need to name all the players you sell, but just a couple of them. What do you go for to ensure that you'd get top 4 and next season go again?
I think it's a good question. I mean, we have. I haven't really touched on it, but we've got a really bad injury list. I think, like, there's not too many positions where we need to cover, but like defensively, I think we're good. I generally do think we're good as well. We've got a lot of defenders out. Martinez, Shaw, Raphael's in and out as well.
Mm.
Just looking at this team, man. Looking at the midfield, I mean, Amrabat, I want to get him on a full transfer. I know he's going to be good for us. Ericsson seems to have lost it. I remember I was saying to you guys last season, first half, he was brilliant, and he really was brilliant. We need a striker. I mean, ultimately, we needed that Harry Kane kind of striker. I think I told you before, it should have been that summer where we got Highland in as well as Harry Kane, and Highland learns under Kane. And I think once you get that one player that transforms everyone, right? Not only does he score, he assists. He's a leader. Like, he knows the Premier League. Like, 100 million at 29, 30 years old, who cares? Pay the money. I genuinely think that one signing, sometimes you look at the team and you think, United have lost 3, lost 4, won 3. We need to buy 9 players. We need to change. Sometimes it's not as bad as what you think it is. Sometimes you need that 1, 2, 3 top player with, with influence and who can lead. And it does make a big difference. So I'd say definitely a striker. I mean, which strikers are proven available and can go to? I mean, that's not going to happen in January. Let's be honest with us. So if we want to get a striker in of top quality, it's going to be next summer. Then you think, okay, which strikers are available? Kane's not going to be available now. Obviously not. You might look at Watkins. You might look at Tony when he gets off his ban. That could be a January thing. That could be an Arsenal thing as well. So you're looking at Tony, looking at Watkins, and then Wilson maybe, I don't know. And then obviously I'm just thinking British here. But then when you go abroad as well, what? You tell me. I can't actually think about it. Tell me one top striker that could transform Man United.
You're quite limited, isn't it? And I think the problem is it depends where you finish. I think because if, like you said, if you don't get Europe, it's peak. Like the pot that you can to pick from is small. I don't think, I might be wrong, I don't think someone Ivan Toney would go Man United now. Because you know what? The same way we look at United, players are probably looking at that going...
I disagree with that. I think United still have the pull, and when it's Tony Brentford...
not in the sense of... Not in the sense of no players were going to go, but back in the day, you could go and...
I get that.
Bid for an Osimhen, for example. Yeah, we want you at United. I don't think that would happen. Tony, possibly you're right, would maybe go. The one
Watkins?
Depends with Villa, because Villa are on the up. If you watch them, I know what you're saying, United pulling power, but
it's United and Arsenal. If they go for these kind of players, even if they're below them by a bit, they're going to get these players. I'm telling you, you've still got the pull to get those players. Come on now. I get they're big players, but not these players. Come on. The little clubs, man.
Villa are not little, bro. Let's respect them.
They're not little. They've got a big history, but I'm sorry, compared to Man United and Arsenal, they're little clubs.
Okay,
Brentford are a tiny club as well.
I'll give you one. What I think you should have done was not go for Ireland, and I think it should have been Kane, and then agree some deal with like Evan Ferguson, because I said in one
Ferguson would be one for the future as well.
And I said one of my shows, if Sir Alex was there, that's what Sir Alex loves to do. He would have the ready-made striker and
Van Persie, Harry Kane, same thing.
Do you see what I'm saying? And you'd have the one that is like still contribute coming into it. Whether he'd come join in Jan, he would come learn from Kane and then go on from there.
Does it still hurt? Van Persie, does it still hurt? No.
This guy,
coming to United, winning the league, and then
was it at the Emirates or
Emirates?
Well done, Van Persie, for leaving us and winning the league.
I think what hurt me the most was he banged all them goals, and I really thought in my head.
Never got injured that season as well. That guy had some bad fitness as well.
That's what annoyed me. I was like, I remember saying people, he's gonna break down at United. It's fine, he'll break down. He didn't break down once. And when I knew he'd do well was that game you played Southampton, and he scored a hat-trick.
2-0 down.
And he scored a hat-trick. I was like, yeah, there we go. And I think striker-wise, you could do that. But maybe that's the level. Maybe someone like a Watkins and that. Maybe that's what you need to start doing and stop thinking them world beaters that we all look at and just.
I think Watkins and Tony are gettable. I'm not saying we'd get them, but they're somewhat gettable in January. Whereas there are other strikers that are just not. So I think if we've got a Watkins I'm leaning more towards Watkins. I'm like a Watkins in as well. And then you say wingers, but then issues aside, we've got so many wingers. I mean, you've got Palestri, you've got Garnacho, you've got Rashford, you've got Anthony, you've got Sancho, and obviously we've had Anthony's back. I think Anthony's back tonight. But Anthony's either really good or not so good as well. Sancho's obviously had his mental health issues, and obviously we've got that issue with Ten Hag where he's refusing to apologise. But we've got so many wingers, but you have to take the issues board and say, yeah, we probably need some wingers as well, which is crazy to say. But I don't think it's open heart surgery in terms of players in. I think there's open heart surgery with the board and that side of things. But like, I think a top striker and a Watkins, and then kind of get Amrabat on full-term basis, get the injuries back. The squad is still very good. There's a lot of great little players in there. Like,
what about centre back? Would you go in? Because you were linked with Tadibo, who plays at, I think it's Nice.
Yeah,
good player, very good player.
I think our base two of Rafael Varane and Martinez is very good, but then you're right about Varane. You can't rely on him too much, and then you bring in on Lindelof, who, as you know, I rate very highly. I do love Lindelof, and then you're looking behind that, and you've got obviously Harry Maguire and possibly Johnny Evans, who actually did really well against Burnley. He done really. I know it's Burnley, but Evans was quality. I'd say we need that one top draw centre back, because Varane's going to be phased out eventually because he's just his injury problems. And you'd say Martinez is now there after his injury. Hopefully, he comes back the same player. He's a now centre back for years to come. And then you think, okay, well, Lindelof, he's going to be that squad centre back. And then obviously Evans will retire. Maguire will hopefully eventually F off. And then you're looking at, we need that top draw centre back. I know I always go British, but like I don't know.
Dunk would be good. Someone like Lewis Dunk. I think Dunk.
Yeah, someone just solid, man. Someone just not fancy. A solid centre back, strong, and knows the league. And so I think a top centre striker, a top centre back, and then if we can't sort our issues out, a winger of sort. I don't know, man.
Wingers.
So many wingers, man. That squad is good enough to finish top 4 every season. I'm sorry, but I'm looking at the squad. It's good enough to finish top 4.
No, but the problem is the other squads have got a lot better. So I think like when summer come, you guys made your improvement, but other clubs made massive improvements on the squad that they previously had. So all these other teams.
It's true. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. United you're right. You're 100% correct. So I don't know.
Quick one as well. I just want to ask you, regarding left back, what's happening with Malacia? Like, is he in? Like,
he's injured, I think.
Still,
he's injured. I don't know. He's not good enough anyway. Malacia is injured. He's not good enough for us. He's weak. I mean, when he first started for us, I thought he was good, but not great. And then he's just not available at the moment. I think I'm pretty sure he's injured. I don't know exact extent of his injury, but he's just not been able to progress under United. I think he's got potential, but like at United, man, you get a little bit of leeway with United. You can start a bit poorly or a bit slowly, but then after that kind of first season, now second season for Malacia, he's just not available. So when he does come back, he needs to hit the ground running because we need him. Shaw always has this. Every season he'll have quite a serious injury, which gets him out for 2-3 months. He turns into a fat fuck and then loses weight again and he becomes good again. But no, jokes aside, he's put those years behind him and looking a bit too chubby. But Malacia, we need a left back. Dalot does play well at left back, and Wan-Bissaka has honestly been very good for us at right back. I've been very impressed with Wan-Bissaka. Obviously, you got Wan-Bissaka out for a couple of months as well. You got Martinez out for a few months. Hopefully, Shaw should be back soon, but he's been out for months now as well. Raphael is in and out as well, and like you said, it's so important especially with a new goalkeeper at Man United. You've got as you said, an unsettled back four. So we need. You know what? When I'm looking at that now, I'm dissecting it. I'm thinking, only a striker. We need a striker, winger. We need a centre back, probably a full back as well. Like we get the Gea back as well. Why not? He's available on a free transfer. Honestly, I think our main priority this summer has to be, as well as other position, has to be that big boy striker. That was this summer's focus. And Harry Kane was available, even if. Levy came around and said, you're not going to get him. He's not going to go to another Premier League team. Really test it. Like, put 120 million in. And if they really say no, see if Kane can fall sick for it. And if he says no, then fair enough. At least you can say, we tried to get the best striker in the world, or one of the best strikers in the world at United, and it didn't happen. So, I think a striker, a big striker is needed this January, but, probably this summer as well. And then you just kind of stitching the rest of the club together and just hoping that injuries improve and that Ten Hag can, get the morale up and get us on a decent run, because we do have a big squad and we do have a lot of very, very good players. Not many world-class players, if any. I'll put Bruno in that bracket, I really do. But there's not many others than that are world-class. And United used to be, we've had our squad players and have done well under Ferguson, but we always had a few 3, 4, 5
Yeah.
world-class players. I mean, like Giggs and Scholes forever,
Mhm.
world-class, Keane as well, and you built a club around them as well.
Mm.
But yeah, there's I think a striker is needed, and maybe Watkins could be that guy.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Good shot. And to be fair, yeah, we'll be interested in to see where you are in the league and see what happens from there. But yeah, we have to find out. But anyway, listen, before we end this, I know you want to big up your page and listen, what you don't want to tell people about how you're doing in FPL at the moment. Okay, cool. We'll skip over that.
Terribly. Absolutely. I'm not going to lie to you, man. I know you've not started great as well, but I'm really bottom of the barrel stuff. As long as I finish ahead of Chad, that's fine. I think I'm still ahead of him, innit? I don't know, actually. No, I'm joking.
Poor Chad, every episode is getting called out. Bless him.
I've got a Facebook page, as you can see at the bottom.
Let people know, man.
The Cop versus the Stretford and banter page. It is Man United and Man United Liverpool banter page, but it's for all fans, Arsenal fans, Everton fans, wherever it may be. But I've had it for quite a long time, almost at 30,000 followers. So doing well. So if you fancy coming on Facebook and want to say something, I'm the admin AU in brackets. So when you see post, there's quite a lot of admin. When you see a post from AU, that would be me. Come give me some stick in it, cuss me or something. I don't know, just say something. But yeah, if you could give it a little follow, then yeah, I much appreciate that. Cheers, mate.
No worries. Yeah, listen, you guys heard him. Go over there. I'm an Arsenal fan. I ain't wasting time over them sides. Get me?
Get over there, boy. I might make you admin. You know, that kind of neutral admin, the one that sees both sides. You know.
Let me know whenever, bro. But listen, Nick, it was a pleasure having you on, brother. As always, listen, always good to hear your United side, unbiased United side, because we've got too many. You know, and he knows who he is. That's why I don't come on the show.
He knows who he is, you know.
But yeah, listen, thanks for coming on, bro. Really appreciate it. I'm sure we're going to do more in the future as well. But yeah, then quickly before we wrap up, what was your score prediction for Man United Brentford? Do you want to give one?
2-1 United.
2-1 United. For me, Arsenal City, 3-1 Arsenal. Yeah, you're going to leave it right there.
Come on.
Laugh all you want, but when it happens, yeah.
I'm not saying you're not going to win, but by 2 goals to City, come on.
Come back and apologise when it happens. Yeah?
I will. If it happens, I'll apologise. Yeah. What are you predicting Man United Brentford as well?
Oh, Man United Brentford, I think 2-1. I think you'll win narrowly.
2-1 as well. I think you'll beat City 2-1. Yeah, 2-1 Arsenal, I think.
It could be 3-1, 4-1 Arsenal, one of the two. No, it depends.
Yeah, all right.
I'm gassed. But listen, thanks for coming on. Yeah, really appreciate it. Listen, people, Back of the Net podcast, you know where I'm at. TikTok, Insta, all of that. Putting the reels up. What else am I on Twitter?
Matt is going places. Make sure you're on the journey. Get on the train.
I'm trying. Get on it. Let's go, man. I'm the captain. Listen, people, I'm out. Peace.